Quick, you have 3 seconds to figure out what makes this image special. Did you get it? The answer is the first 4 people on the tablet's average star is 96, which according to Shimido.club would put them all in the top 30 out of 10 million players. Having 4 out of 12 players in the lobby averaging a top 30 player on a weekday shouldn't be okay. Quickly before we get into the video, please subscribe. This video took a long time to make despite being so short, and I'm trying to see if it's still possible to get YouTube rank from just Skywars content. Skill-based matchmaking is in a lot of competitive games, like Valorant, CS2, and Call of Duty. So tell me why we have it in Skywars, where they found out they couldn't handle managing a competitive game like ranked Skywars. Thing is, when skill-based matchmaking first got introduced into Skywars, I honestly didn't notice it that much in comparison to most of my friends who were all either around my prestige or above my prestige. But as time has passed and the player count has dwindled, it's become really hard to ignore it. Now instead of there being 2 queues consisting of non-queues or low-star queues, and the sweaty queues splitting 1500 to 2000 players at any given time, those queues are now split between 400 players. Let's use an extreme, but still realistic example. On Thursday, April 25th at 8 AM UTC, which would be peak times for Central/East Asian players, solo Skywars has about 120 players. For simplicity, let's say the split between players who qualify for non-queues and ones who qualify for sweaty queues are 50-50. This would mean there are 60 players per queue and only 5 total queues going. This would mean there is a 20% or 1 in 5 chance that you queue the same person, or at least 2 people in your lobby will be from a game you just finished playing. So with that in mind, I actually played 10 games of Skywars to test it, thinking that if my prediction is correct, I should queue 12 people at least 2 times. And to my surprise, I was actually wrong. It wasn't 12 people. It was 24, double what I guessed. So instead of there being a 20% chance I queued the same person, it was a 35% chance with a player pool of 68 rather than 60. Out of these 24 people I queued multiple times, I queued 15 of them 2 times, 4 of them 3 times, 2 of them 4 times, and 3 of them 5 of my games. Half of my games had one of these 3 players, sometimes multiple of them, and in 2 instances, all 3 of them. What's the takeaway from this? What I personally think is that skill-based matchmaking is slowly killing the game and should have never been added. When it was first introduced to Skywars, when it would still have 1500 to 2000 players, those players noticed the game's getting sweatier, so they left the game, until we got this, fighting the same 35% of players. This is Skywars now. Regular Skywars was not meant to have skill-based matchmaking. That was for ranked Skywars, and we all know how that ended up.
Look at this slippery fuck! Introducing the giant salamander. This soggy son of a bitch hasn't changed its look in millions of years because ugly never quits.